Plus India's first animated live tuition. Good evening all, good evening. How are you all doing? How is everything going? Yeah, it's almost late at night. I hope you had your food and all. Food ഒക്കെ കഴിച്ച് സെറ്റ് ആയിട്ടില്ലേ ഇരിക്കുന്ന എല്ലാവരും വന്നിട്ടുണ്ടോ? എവിടെ? Let me see. Nobody's here? Okay. Hi. Hello. Hi. Okay, so today I'm here with you with the most important questions and answers. If you're not here to attend this session, it's going to be a big loss, okay? So, anyway, so this is me, Alkka, your biology tutor. Today we are going to discuss our second chapter, microorganisms, friend and foe, and we'll be discussing the utmost important questions and answers from the chapter. Yes, hello James. Yeah, Unni Krishnan, Ravindran, Krishna Priya. Hi. Hello everyone. Hi. Yes. So, welcome, and without wasting any much time, let's move on to our session because this session is going to be very short. We will be concluding within half an hour because we need to discuss the very most important questions and answers. Okay, so this is your second chapter, microorganisms, friend and foe. Okay, the first question we're going to discuss, which is very much important in your CBSE syllabus as well as in your examination viewpoint, is going to be the question from your microorganisms chapter, where we are discussing the animal diseases. Okay, we have discussed how microorganisms are causing diseases in human beings, plants, animals, and this is the question which you have to answer: how to prevent the following diseases. So if you need to answer this specific question, you need to be knowing what the diseases in humans are which are caused by microorganisms, and you will be needing to know the preventive measures too. So so you need to be knowing about cholera, typhoid and hepatitis A. I know it's pretty much clear to you. Yes, so this is the answer. Okay, so the first disease, cholera. As you all know, this is a disease which can be spread through the water, right, or food. So since it is spread through contaminated water and food, this disease can be prevented by personal hygiene, good sanitary habits, proper cooking and boiling of food and water, vaccination and etc. Yes, when we are studying the chapter, we have pretty much cleared all the preventive measures. We pointed it out one by one and we have studied it quite clearly, right? And just like cholera, typhoid is also another disease which can be prevented with the same preventive measure. So if you consume contaminated food or water, you can cause this disease. You can get infected by this disease. So the only preventive measure is to avoid such situations where you can be using your personal hygiene, good sanitary habits, or cooking your food properly, boiling your water properly. And ultimately, vaccination is another method for preventing these diseases. And finally, hepatitis A. Yes, hepatitis A is quite different from the remaining diseases. Yes, it is a disease which is caused by a virus, right? So, hepatitis A is caused by hepatitis A virus, right? So, this disease can also be prevented by vaccination, and along with that, drinking boiled water is another preventive measure. Yes, that's the question and the answer for your first question. Let's move on to the next session. Yeah, here I have just added the slides. I hope you're remembering our slides, the diseases. Yes. Okay. So, the next question is, give reasons for the following. Yeah, so I'll be giving several incidents or several occasions, and you need to answer what are the causes of this situation. So, let's see. ഞാൻ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് കാണിക്കുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾക്കും ആൻസർ ചെയ്ത് നോക്കാം. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഉത്തരം പറയാൻ പറ്റുന്നുണ്ടോന്ന്? You can try it. Okay. So, the first question is, fresh milk is boiled before drinking water, while packet milks can be consumed directly without boiling. Yes, fresh milk നമ്മൾ ബോയിൽ ചെയ്തിട്ടേ കുടിക്കുള്ളൂ. But packet milks നമുക്ക് ബോയിൽ ചെയ്യാതെയും കൺസ്യൂം ചെയ്യാം. because in നമ്മൾ കഴിക്കുന്ന ഷേക്സിലും ഫലൂദാസിലൊക്കെ യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് packet milks ആണ്, and it is not boiled before consuming, right? So what is the reason behind this? What could be the reason? Think about it and answer it. Yeah, try to comment your answers. Yes, the answer is pretty simple. Fresh milk has microbes in it, right? The fresh milk which is taken from a cow is having several microbes in it, while boiling procedure can kill the microbes in the fresh milk. But in the case of packet milks, these milks are already pasteurized. Yes, pasteurization. We have already learned this procedure. ഓർക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ pasteurization പഠിച്ചത്? I'll be explaining it. So, packet milks are pasteurized, and pasteurization has already killed the microbes. Yes, killing ഒക്കെ already അവിടെ കഴിഞ്ഞു. The milk is devoid of microbes. ആ മിൽക്കിൽ, pasteurized ആയ മിൽക്കിൽ microbes നിൽക്കില്ല. Why is that so? Because pasteurization is the technique which was discovered by Louis Pasteur, and this is the procedure where the food product is heated up to 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds, and the product is suddenly chilled and stored. I hope you're remembering the procedure. Since the product is going under high temperature and very low temperature in a very less amount of time, these kind of food products are safe from microbes. Microbes cannot grow in such food products. That's the answer you need to give. Okay? Okay. Now we'll be discussing the B part of our second question. So this is another situation. Give the reason. Okay, so give the reason. Yes, very good, Devu, Sam. I can see your comments. Perfect. Okay. So, raw vegetables are kept in refrigerator, while jams and pickles can be kept outside. അതെന്താ അങ്ങനെ? Raw vegetables നമ്മൾ ഫ്രിഡ്ജിൽ വെച്ച് അതിനെ കാത്തു സൂക്ഷിച്ച് കൊണ്ടു നടക്കണം. ബട്ട് ഈ ജാംസിനും പിക്കിൾസിനൊക്കെ പുറത്തിരുന്നാലും ഇറ്റ്സ് ഓക്കെ. അതങ്ങനെ പെട്ടെന്ന് ചീത്തയാവില്ല. What could be the reason? Yes, we have already learned this technique of food preservation. Yeah, keep commenting. Let me see your comments. Okay. The answer is simple. Raw vegetables can be spoiled by microbes because it is raw. Raw ആയിട്ടിരിക്കുന്ന പച്ചക്കറികൾ it can be degraded by microbes. But the low temperature which is in the refrigerator can prevent the growth of microbes. Yes. ഇതേ പച്ചക്കറി നമ്മളെടുത്ത് ഫ്രിഡ്ജിൽ വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഫ്രിഡ്ജിലുള്ള ലോ ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ ഡു നോട്ട് അലൗ ദ ഗ്രോത്ത് ഓഫ് മൈക്രോബ്സ് ഓൺ ഇറ്റ്, ആൻഡ് that's why we keep the raw vegetables in the refrigerator. But at the same time, ഈ pickles and jams ഒന്നും എടുത്ത് ഫ്രിഡ്ജിൽ വെച്ചില്ലെങ്കിൽ അവർ പെട്ടെന്നൊന്നും ചീത്തയാവത്തില്ല. Why? The pickles and jams can be preserved using certain food preservatives. And which are they? Do you remember the food preservatives commonly used to preserve our pickles and jams? Yes, the pickles and jams can be preserved using common salt, sugar, and if you remember properly, we have specifically studied this particular chemical, which is sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfite. Yes, these are also certain salts added or certain preservatives added on to the jams to prevent it from getting spoiled. Yes, and this is the reason why raw vegetables can be kept in the fridge for preserving. Yes, perfect, Uni Krishnan. Raw vegetables can be kept in the refrigerator while the pickles and jams can be kept outside. It's safe. So, the food preservatives are the answer. Now, the third occasion is farmers prefer to grow beans and peas in nitrogen deficient soil. അതെന്താത്? നൈട്രജൻ ഡെഫിഷ്യൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വലിയ ഫെർട്ടിലിറ്റി ഒന്നും ഇല്ലാത്ത സോയിലിൽ the farmers prefer to grow beans and peas. ഈ ചെടികളെയൊക്കെ വളർത്താൻ ഫാമേഴ്സിന് താല്പര്യം കൂടുതലാണ് ഫെർട്ടിലിറ്റി കുറഞ്ഞ മണ്ണുകളിൽ. What is the reason? Yes, you can connect it with your class. Can you remember it? Yeah, keep commenting the answers. Okay, so the answer is simple. Bees and peas are coming under the family of leguminous plants or leguminosae. Yes, leguminous plants എന്ന് പറയുന്ന കാറ്റഗറിയിൽ വരുന്നവരാണ് നമ്മുടെ beans and peas, നമ്മുടെ പയർവർഗ്ഗങ്ങൾ. Yes. And what is the speciality of leguminous plants? Yeah, you know it already. Yes. They have rhizobium in their root. Yes. Rhizobium is a bacteria which is present in the root nodules of the leguminous plants. Here you can see the picture. ചെറിയ ചെറിയ നോഡ്യൂൾസ്, ഈ പീസിന്റെ ഒക്കെ റൂട്ടിലുള്ള നോഡ്യൂൾസിൽ ഈ ബാക്ടീരിയ പ്രസന്റ് ആണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് അതിപ്പോ ഇവിടെ പറയേണ്ട ആവശ്യം എന്താ? അതുകൊണ്ട് the rhizobium can fix atmospheric nitrogen in the soil. That's the point. Yes. അറ്റ്മോസ്ഫിയറിൽ കൂടെ പാറി പറന്ന് നടക്കുന്ന നൈട്രജൻ ഗ്യാസിനെ പിടിച്ചെടുത്ത് അതിനെ സോയിലിൽ ഫിക്സ് ചെയ്ത് വെക്കാൻ the rhizobium bacteria is able. Okay. So the fixing of nitrogen from the atmosphere in the soil can increase the fertility of a nitrogen deficient soil. So thus, fertility ഇല്ലാത്ത സോയിലിൽ നമ്മൾ ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ബീസ് ആൻഡ് പീസ് നട്ടു വെക്കുമ്പോൾ അവിടുത്തെ ഫെർട്ടിലിറ്റി ഈ ബാക്ടീരിയകൾ തന്നെ നാച്ചുറലി ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്യും. That is why the farmers prefer such leguminous plants in fertility deficient soil. That's the answer to your question. Leguminous plants, rhizobium bacter, atmospheric nitrogen conversion എന്നൊക്കെയുള്ള ടേംസ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പറയാൻ പറ്റിയാൽ you are scoring your marks already. Okay. So nitrogen fixation is basically the point you need to give in this particular question. I hope it's clear. Okay. So let's move on. And another occasion is oil is poured on the top of pickle before canning it. Yes, നമ്മൾ അച്ചാറൊക്കെ ഇട്ട് കഴിയുമ്പോൾ അതിൻ്റെ മുകളിൽ അത് അടച്ചു പൂട്ടി വെക്കുന്നതിന് തൊട്ട് മുന്നേ we use oil. അമ്മമാരൊക്കെ ചെയ്യുന്ന കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. കുറച്ച് എണ്ണ എടുത്ത് അതിൻ്റെ മുകളിൽ ഒഴിച്ചിട്ടാണ് അടച്ചു വെക്കുക. What is the reason? What is the use of pouring oil over pickles before canning it? അതിനെ ബോട്ടിലിനുള്ളിലാക്കുന്നതിന് മുന്നേ. Yeah. The thing is simple. You need to use a little bit higher order thinking pattern. The thing is simple. Oil can create a barrier. A barrier എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ it can create a separation between the pickle and the atmosphere. Okay. ആ എയറിനും പിക്കിളിനും ഇടയിൽ ഒരു ബാരിയർ ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ this oil is possible. This oil is able to do that. And this can prevent the microbes from attacking the pickles. So the microbes won't be able to filter into the pickles and attack it. So that's a pretty much simple explanation for pouring oil over pickles. It's just that oil can create a barrier from the microbes and the pickles. That's it. Okay? Yes. So, okay. Another question. This is your third question. Observe the figure and answer the following. Okay. It's a pretty much simple question. You will be able to answer it quite simply. Yeah. See here. First part is name the organism and the group to which it belongs to. ഈ ഫിഗറിൽ കാണിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള ഓർഗാനിസം, ഇതൊരു ഓർഗാനിസം ആയിരുന്നു. What is this organism called? And which is the group it's belonging to? Name the food item on which it grows. And is it safe to eat the food infected? Yeah, let's see. So, the organism is none other than, yes, our perfect Devu. Yes. Hi. Hello. So, the organism is none other than our bread mold. Okay, it's our bread mold and it's also called rhizopus. Yes. And which is a category the bread mold is going to? Yeah, we have a classification of microorganism. We have already studied it. And bread mold is a microbe which is coming under the category of fungi. Yes, it is a fungus. And in what kind of food these things can be seen? Adinte peru thanne anganeya, bread mold. Which is the food item? Yeah, it grows on bread which is moist and stale. Yeah, നനവുള്ള, നശിച്ചു പോയി തുടങ്ങിയ, ഡീഗ്രേഡ് ചെയ്ത് തുടങ്ങുന്ന എന്നൊക്കെ പറയാം. സോ moisture content ഉള്ള bread ഐറ്റത്തിലായിരിക്കും these kind of bread molds or rhizopus will be growing on. And is it safe to eat such bread? ഈ ഫംഗസ് ഒക്കെ വന്നു തുടങ്ങിയ ബ്രെഡ് എടുത്ത് കഴിച്ചാൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും പ്രശ്നമുണ്ടോ? എന്ത് പ്രശ്നം വരാൻ? Yes, Of course, there is problem. What is the problem? It is not safe to eat infected bread because it has poisonous substance which is called toxins. Yes. This rhizopus can produce certain toxic, dangerous, unwanted chemicals into the bread which we call as toxins. Yes, toxicity ullathu. Yes, it is called toxins, and these toxins, once it gets into your digestive system, you can be getting infected. So it's not safe to eat such food items. Yes, that's another question. This is another question which is simple as well as which can be asked for your exams. That is, what are microbes and how are microbes helpful to humans? Yeah. Yes, Devu. Yes, right. Yes, Reshma. Loose motion can happen. Correct. So, the fourth question is, what are microbes and how microbes are useful to humans? You can be writing an essay for this question, right? In our chapter Microbes, Friend and Foe, half of the chapter was about the friendly microbes, right? So, about all the friendly microbes, you can write about it in this particular session. So, first you need to explain what are microbes. What are microbes? So, the organisms that cannot be seen with your naked eyes. Yes. And you need what? You need microscopes to see them. That's the answer. They are so tiny that you cannot see them with your naked eyes, and you will be needing some microscopes to see them. And these microbes can be friend or foe. Yeah, they can be useful or harmful. That's what you call as microorganism. And for an additional point, you can also add on, like they can be multicellular or unicellular. Yeah, we have already seen it, right? The Chlamydomonas is a microorganism which is unicellular. But yeah, the bread mold that we just saw, bread mold is a multicellular microorganism. So yeah, that's pretty much about microorganisms. And what are the uses or what are the friendly purposes of microbes? And you can be writing in a whole essay, right? Yeah, you can be writing a whole essay on this topic. The first use, we have already learned the usage of microbes in making curd and bread. Do you remember it? Yeah, in the case of curd, yeah, lactobacillus is the bacteria. Lactobacillus is the bacteria which can be converting or which can be helping in the formation of or settling of curd. And yet bread, yeah, yeast is a microorganism which helps in the bread making. I hope you remember our animations and all. Yes, yeast is a microorganism which will be taking part in bread making. Yes. Then there are several commercial uses: wine making, alcohol making, vinegar making. These all are possible with certain microbes called, which are the microbes? Do you remember the microbes? Yeah, the microbes are called yeast, right? Yes. Then there are certain medical uses. What are the medical uses of our microbes? Yes, antibiotic production. Do you remember any antibiotics? Any antibiotics? Yeah, the streptomycin, erythromycin, all kind of antibiotics. All these antibiotics can be produced from microbes, right? Okay. Then, yeah, in the case of antibiotics, you can also add the point about our penicillium, right? Penicillium can also be added in the case of antibiotic, the first antibiotic, right? Okay. So, the next point in medical uses is vaccines. Yes. Then you can add on increasing soil fertility. I hope you are remembering. We already said that point. How is the microbes increasing soil fertility? We have just discussed it, right? The microbes like Rhizobacter or the microbes like blue-green algae, they can convert the atmospheric nitrogen into the soil, and it can be converted into the various forms of nitrogen, right? And these nitrogen can increase the fertility of soil. That's how it is increasing fertility, soil fertility. And finally, cleaning the environment. I hope you're remembering it. Yes. all the biological waste, all the animals, all the plants, once they are dead, all the animals and plants, once they are dead, will be converted into what? I hope you remember this term, manure. Yeah? Yeah, all the organic waste are converted into the simple forms called manure by the microorganisms. And here we also discuss the point about composting, and that whole process can be called composting. Okay, so yes, that's pretty much points or all the points about uses of microbes in a friendly way. That's it. And another question is, name a microbe used in, like there are two purposes. One is used in household products and the other one is used in antibiotic production. Yes, question കാണുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് already answer കിട്ടിയിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. Household products use ചെയ്യുന്ന microbes ഏതാണ്? Do you remember? Yeah, you should be remembering our animations. Yes. Lactobacillus is a microbe, a bacteria which is used in curd making or settling of curd. Yes. Another one is yeast. Do you remember? നമ്മുടെ ഇഡ്ഡലിയും ദോശയൊക്കെ മാവ് ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി. Yes. The batter of idli and dosa fermentation is held by these microbes called yeast. Yes. And the second part is the ones used in antibiotic production. Yes. Penicillium is a microbe which is used in the antibiotic production. Do you remember it? Yes. That's pretty much about that question. Let's discuss another one. Okay. So here you need to match the column 1 with column 2. Okay. So in the first column you have bacteria, rhizobium, lactobacillus, yeast, protozoans and virus. And you have several uses or purposes of these microbes. Fixing nitrogen, setting curd, baking bread, causing malaria, causing cholera, causing AIDS. So, if you know the entire chapter clean and clear, you will be able to answer this match the following very simple. Right? So, without wasting much time, let me jump on to the answer. So, if you need, you can pause the video for your future use and then try to match them. Yes. So, here it is. Bacteria is the one which is causing cholera. Yeah, cholera is a bacterial disease. Then rhizobium is the one which is helping in nitrogen fixation. Yes. Then lactobacillus is a bacteria which is helping in the setting of curd. Already discussed. Then yeast is another microbe which is used in the baking of bread. And that same yeast is used in the making of alcohol or wine or vinegar, right? Okay. Then there is protozoan. Protozoan, nammal aa peru ore oraduthe kanditullu, that is in the case of malaria, right? So malaria is a human disease which is caused by a protozoan, and that protozoan, so protozoan is causing malaria. Plasmodium is the protozoan. I hope you're remembering that name. Plasmodium. Yeah. Plasmodium. Yes. Then virus. Finally, virus is the one which is causing AIDS. Which is the virus causing AIDS? Yes, it is HIV. Yes. So, that's pretty much about that. Match the following. Yes. Hi, Sam. Hello. Hi. Yes. Okay. Okay. So, in this question, the gas released during the preparation of bread. During the preparation of bread. It's simple. Which is the gas? Yeah, yeast is the one making the bread, and during the reproduction of yeast, only one gas is produced out of it. And that is, yes, it's none other than carbon dioxide. And then here, another question. Under unfavorable conditions, microorganisms form a dash around them. Yes. During the unfavorable condition, microorganisms can form a protective layer around them, and they can stay inactivated for a very long time in harsh environment, and that thing is called a cyst. Yes, it can form a cyst around it. And give the causative organism mode of transmission and one preventive measure of these human diseases. Again, the same portion, human disease. And I hope you're getting it, that portion of human disease, animal disease, plant disease, these all are carrying pretty much weightage. Okay, so try to learn all the diseases. So the question can be from anywhere. So here the question is about polio, cholera and hepatitis A. Yeah. So it's simple. Polio is a viral disease. It can be transmitted through air or water, and vaccination is one preventive method. There are several other vaccinations. Since only one is asked here, I have put down only one. And then cholera. Here it is a bacterial disease. Water or food can be the mode of transmission. And of course, other foodilum water contaminated it can be prevented by maintaining personal hygiene and good sanitary habits. Yes. And finally, hepatitis A is another viral disease which is caused or transmitted through, which is transmitted through water, contaminated water. And this can be prevented using water which is properly boiled. Yes. So that's again about the diseases, human diseases caused by microbes. And let me explain the final question. It is, explain the major steps of nitrogen cycle with the help of a diagram. Yes, that's a very important question from our microbes chapter. Yes. So all you need to do is, you should be drawing this figure. This is the diagram they are asking for. This is the diagram your teachers are asking for. So you need to draw the cycle and you need to explain the steps, right? So the first step is simple. Nitrogen cycle, the first step is very simple. What is it? The conversion of atmospheric nitrogen. Yes, the conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into here. Into ammonia. That's the first step. Fixing of nitrogen. Fixing of nitrogen is the first step. In the second step, this ammonia is converted into several compounds. What compounds? Nitrates, nitrites, ammonium ions, etc. That's the second step. In the third step, these fixed nitrogenous compounds are taken up by the plants and animals. Yes, that's the third step. Here you can see the third step. These compounds of nitrogen get in the soil and it is uptaken by plants. Plants take this up through their root, and once the nitrogenous compound is in the plant body, once any animal, any herbivorous animals eating that plant can consume these nitrogenous products by eating the plant. Okay, eating the leaves of that plant. So that's the third step. And in the fourth step, once these plants or animals die, yes, here you can see the fourth step. Once these plants or animals die, the nitrogenous compound which is present in their body can come back to the soil. Yes, that's the fourth step. And also another procedure is, the nitrogen waste from the excretion of animal can also bring the nitrogenous compound back to the soil. And the final step is, yes, the final step is simple, which is the fifth step. Here, the release of nitrogen gas back into the atmosphere by certain bacteria. Yes. Now the nitrogenous compounds are in the soil, and from the soil, these nitrogenous compounds can be converted into atmospheric nitrogen or N2. Yes, it is converted back to N2 from nitrogenous compounds to N2 by certain bacteria. And that's the whole story, or everything about nitrogenous cycle you need to know, and you can explain each and every sentence as per the marks. So that's pretty much about our, yes, this is pretty much about our class, and with that I'm winding up the session. I hope these 10 questions will be useful to you and you will be using it for your exams, because these are the selected and filtered questions from your second chapter, Microorganisms, Friend and Foe. So thank you so much joining with us, and thank you for your time. I hope you are having a good time. So take care. Good night. Bye-bye.